Well, that sucked. So I just recorded a video about 2 hours ago that is corrupt. How terrible. I don't know what happened. So I'm recording this again. I apologize if it was a great recording before. Anything that's messed up in this video was perfect in the first one. Anyways, about a year ago, I wrote a piece on Geometry Wars and how the game mechanics and the similarity between my time in corporate life along with a video that shows Geometry Wars in action. That's what this video that you're going to see right here is. Geometry Wars is an asteroid style game. Whereas in asteroids you would just have asteroids, or you'd have a UFO of different sizes. Geometry Wars sends different types of enemies at you that you have to deal with. And even from the earliest onset, it felt very much like working in a corporate office where if you, well, I'll show you actually. So you are the ship. That is you as an individual. Perfect, we're good? Excellent, you're with me. All right, now the next piece is this little guy. The first enemy of the game is your coworker. These are little pinwheels in the game that are very, very slow moving. They just spin away on the project that they're working on. Effectively, these characters are in the game are very easy to manage. So I wouldn't even call it an enemy. Let's call it an obstacle, challenge, individual, whatever. What you're dealing with. This person is generally spinning on their task. They are just there for a paycheck. They're very easy to handle. You can either say hello, which is kind of how you just say, let's see if I finish them off at all. There you go, task assigned. So that is how you handle a coworker. You basically give them work to do or threaten them with work to do and they're gone. Very easy to handle. The next enemy you encounter is dealing with communications. That's phone calls, emails, updates, often accusatory, but it's messaging that you deal with on a regular day. These are far more pointed, as this enemy shows, but you'll see how crazy those communications get out of control if you do not handle them right away. If you do not handle emails, phone calls, those things, or have those relegated to somebody, they will come back to bite you and hardcore. So the next creature is the incoming project. So this is something coming at you that you weren't ready for, you weren't prepared for, or even that you are prepared for. These kind of, as I said, pop up out of nowhere, but when you take a bite out of a project, which is what I'll show here, I know I do this, boom. They break into fragments. And they, if they're not handled, they come back to haunt you. Bottom line is, like, when you take care of a project, you take a bite of a project or a project is assigned, even when you say got it, even when you take care of it, there are going to be parts of it that you need to scoop up, take care of, and make sure that they are covered. Oh, these are the worst. Okay, so we've done employees, we've done general communications, and we've done projects. Now these guys are the worst. These are sycophants.
What's happening?
So sycophants are the people that like to point the finger at you, like to direct blame to you, are generally trying to make everything your responsibility or your fault.
We need to sort of play catch up. Thanks.
So I have here, they're also known as toady, creep, minion, MBA, or Harvard graduate. The sycophants are the worst because when they attack you, as soon as you turn around on them or like come at them with anything, they immediately back off. They're like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's, you know, so sycophants are the worst because there's generally in a department that you're working with, whether it be procurement or finance or whomever, that you have more sycophants like trying to direct blame or why things aren't getting done. So they generally don't do anything but defend themselves, which you'll see here. Perfect. So you can see they come in force, and as soon as you turn around on them, they start backing away. So in a standard day before 8 to 9 a.m., you get in there, you get your cup of coffee, say hello to a couple employees, answer a few emails. This is what it looks like between 9 and 10 a.m. or 8 and 9 a.m. Sorry. Answer a couple, hello, how was your weekend? That's great. Now, by about lunchtime, as coffee starts to kick in, or the fourth or fifth cup of coffee starts to kick in, things start to amp up a little bit. Now you have like sycophants from every group. You've got the meetings to placate the office a-holes is what I call this, but you've got projects popping up. You've got sycophants after you. Now at lunchtime, This is where I said it. It's a little bit calmer. You can start hammering out on individual emails that you may have missed. It's your time. It's calm. You know, answer that email, hit that email, very easy. But when you get back from lunch, there's about 8 bajillion project or emails or phone calls that hit you because everybody's back. Now, what that might cause is a procrastination vortex, which happens again when you get overwhelmed with emails, phone calls, responsibilities, or you're just like, I'm sick of this place. The procrastination vortex kicks in. And what that is it's like if you push something out or say, or let something slide, this starts to collect all of it. It collects emails and calls and sycophants and whatever is around it. It just gets sucked in. So you have to handle this procrastination vortex. You've got to get through it right away. You cannot just let this thing sit. If you do, or if you choose not to focus on it, it's going to come back to bite you. So you can see this vortex here. You got projects, you're knocking them out, but if you don't complete them, they go into the procrastination vortex. And then you got employees in there, you got emails going in there, sycophants come in there. Again, you can push them all in there, but what happens when the procrastination vortex will always collapse. It will always form its own individual black hole. And when it does, these guys come out, which are project managers. And they are generally followed up with a couple of sycophants, basically saying, where's my stuff? Why isn't this done?
Have you finished those errands? Have you finished those errands? Have you finished those errands?
No, I am not finished with those errands.
So procrastination vortex also can open up what is called a department audit. This is where they come in and you could be set up to be like, listen, this is why the project wasn't done. We didn't have the budget. We didn't do this. They could be prepared for an audit, but the way they move, it could be like, we're not here for that. We're here because Nick sexually harassed somebody in the office and we're doing a sexual harassment. So you're going to need to collect. You're like, what? I did not see that coming. Department audits tend to blindside you no matter what. So you've got to approach it before it gets too wild because you'll never know what they'll come out. The more time they're on the board, the more stuff they'll come up with. So outside of the department audit, you'll see a general melee of what's going on here. So the department audit's in, you can see it's all over the place. You got vortexes. This is a typical Thursday. But you've got vortexes in every corner. You got audits going on. You've got sycophants. Oh, and this is when you come back from vacation. It's even worse. You got projects that came in. When your boss's admin quits, here's a bunch of projects for you. You've got the office parking lot. Oh my God, you've got 8 bajillion things happening there. And then this right now, you'd be like, there are 5 or 6 vortexes going at once. You know what? This is what happens when you have experience at a company. This is a standard day. 5 or 6 vortexes. You're like, I'm going to handle this vortex, or I'm going to push these 3 vortexes together and have them work off each other. So I only have to handle one massive vortex. So you can control 5. I'm Vortex Rick. So you can control 5 vortexes after what one seemed to be ridiculous. So with time, experience, and understanding, 5 vortexes or all of that stuff happening at once is relatively easy to deal with. It comes down to just trusting yourself and getting your legs underneath you so you're not dealing with 5 vortexes the day you come in. And if you are dealing with 5 vortexes the day you come into an office, know that that's probably why the last person or the job you took over became available, because that's not going to change. Anyways, take a look at the article on Medium. The reason I decided to post this is because I just got asked to talk and do a video game talk at Yale, which blows my mind. I did not see that happening in any way, shape, or form, but it's things like this that kind of get the attention of certain folks. And you know what? I'm very, very happy to be doing this next spring, and we'll probably do a video on that. But anyways, really appreciate everybody who supports the channel. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And there's more content going to be happening on a regular basis starting next week. Have a great one, everybody. Great weekend, that is.
And understand that Terminator is out there. It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. And it absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead.